Rufflet is such an adorable first stage bird. We're rating them all, and it faces the same problem as most other first stage Unova Pokemon, its outrageous evolution level of 54, which is awful because it is really strong early on with high attack, HP, and speed, along with the amazing sheer force ability. But it is so obviously outclassed into the late 40s and 50s when going against mostly fully evolved Pokemon. This one is really tough to judge just because of the sheer difference in times that you would use it, but I'd say 2 stars. As for availability, you can't get it until the 8th gym in Unova as a version exclusive, but you get Braviary before the 4th in White 2, so that helps, and so does finding it on the first island in both Alola versions, and a bit later in Galar, so it ends up at 3.5 stars. Though conceptually, both Rufflet and Braviary are thankfully not just birds. As we all know, Unova is based on America, and these two are clearly bald eagles, our national bird. But they also take some inspiration from the Native Americans as well, with Rufflet having this single standout feather, which later becomes more clear with the full war headdress of Braviary, 4 stars. This is also a case of a simple design being very good. Like, yes, this is more or less just a baby eagle, but the red, white, and blue coloration obviously plays into its concept very well, and so does the significance of the single red feather. Even outside of the references, the giant talon shows its power, the white fluffy baby feathers show its youth. You guys voted this one around 4 stars, and I agree, this is a very good first stage bird design, 4 stars. But that still only gives Rufflet 3.375 stars overall. Even though I'm not Gen 5's biggest fan, Braviary is still to this day one of my favorite Pokemon. We're rating them all, and that is partly due to how awesome it is in battle. Sure, its 80 speed and 75 defenses aren't amazing, but they're good, especially paired with its 100 HP and 123 attack. Not to mention its amazing sheer force ability, which boosts its moves like Slash and Crush Claw, as well as some good TMs. It may not be amazing in battle, but it is very strong and probably the best flyer in Unova, 4 stars. Its availability, though, is a bit complicated, mostly due to its level 54 evolution, which in regions like Unova, Alola, and Galar, that is horrible and will take varying penalties. However, in White 2 specifically, you get handed one to you very early on in the game, so it'll get a small boost, which will still bring it down to 3 stars. But as we said with Rufflet, it is more than meets the eye conceptually. As it is affectionately referred to as the Murica bird, it is indeed based off of the national bird of America, the bald eagle. Unova, of course, being based on the US, but Braviary also has Native American inspirations as well, with its feathered headdress worn by chiefs and decorated warriors. Very cool concept, 4 stars. Design-wise, as I said at the start, this is one of my favorite Pokemon ever, and definitely my favorite of the bird Pokemon. The feathered headdress both looks really awesome and adds to its intimidating predator look, as well as doing a good job of showing its Native American origins. Then obviously the red, white, and blue colorations for the Murica bird. But eagles in general, especially bald eagles, are awesome, and I really thought I was just being biased towards this one, but surprisingly the polls are with me here, 5 stars, which will land Braviary the final score of 4 stars overall.